Well, an issue of privilege was hashed out by two parliamentarians in the House of Assembly yesterday. Opposition leader Philip Davis called on the Marathon Member of Parliament, Ferriera, to prove claims he made in the House last week that an invoice from Prighton Bahamas Limited for the development of a Carmichael Village subdivision valued at $4 million was actually only $367,000.
They evaluated an element of his invoice, and they made the determination and recommendation that they ought to be paid $367,288.61. And that was the basis of what I said, because when the good member for Engliston got up and said, "What are we saying to the Bahamian people about Costin?" it touched me. Because what are we saying about Costin? What are we saying? What are we saying? And they could deflect all they want, and they can cast aspersions all they want. The politics of division, they're very familiar with. What they need to do is answer. They need to answer this issue. You see? What are we saying to the Bahamian people, Mr. Speaker, when we can have a bill submitted for such a large amount, such an exorbitant amount, such a big amount, be evaluated by the ministry for which we had the former minister in the former administration where they say it was 300. That's all I was saying, Mr. Speaker.
Now, once the Marathon member laid his supporting documents on the table and the opposition leader had an opportunity to peruse them, Mr. Davis suggested that Mr. Ferriera was misleading the House and called on the Prime Minister to intervene.
First of all, there was a bill that was sent in by Brighton for $2.19 million. That was assessed by the Ministry of Works. It was not $4 million. It was not $4 million. He stood up there all day talking about a bill, the invoice $4 million. It was not $4 million. It was $2,192,019.84. That's what it was. And yes, it was discounted by the Ministry of Works and was discounted by the sum of $367,288.61. That is correct. But it was not $4 million.